Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show here on BCTV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdahl along with you. Kaylee Myers, the lone senior on the Garber team, is being commemorated as she has a great career. She's all-conference, mentioned all-state. We watched her in that first game, and she's quite an athlete.
Well, she does a really nice job, Jeff. She was out there in center field, and Dad was up in the press box with us, very proud of her accomplishments, and also listening to them. She's also the recipient of the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame scholarship, too. So
you know a little about that.
I know a little bit about the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame, being on their board. So congratulations to her, and what a great career, and going out in style today.
So we'll see her again in October, if not before, at the ceremony.
Banquet. Yeah, at the banquet, October 1st.
All right, what we've got going on now is a classic Bay County matchup. You've got a 24-5 Garber team and an 18-15 Pinconning team. You've got two teams with a lot of talent, but young is the word for both squads.
Well, it seems to be the theme of the two softball or the games that we've watched, the softball and the baseball, Jeff. A lot of good young players on all these squads, and talking to Fred Yanowski, the head coach at Pinconning, he's saying that, he's making those young mistakes, but he's learning, he's getting better, his team is growing, and that's what you look for as a coach.
Well, whenever you can field 6 freshmen on the varsity club, that tells you that those youngsters have got some talent.
Well, they're going to have to play, and Fred's giving them opportunity, and talking to him before the game, they've lost 9 one-run games. So, that's good experience. It's tough to lose that way, but you know what? It's good experience for these young kids, and they're playing a really good Garber squad.
Well, and when you play that many games and you're in that many games, you just have to find a way to win. But those freshmen mature, and there will be benefits reaped in the future.
Yeah, the future is really bright for Fred and his squad, and Garber and their squad. Playing in the Tri-Valley, that's a good league, Jeff. There's good competition there. So, and he's not backing down from him. He's not making any excuses when we talk to him. He says we're going to play, we're going to dance with the girl we came with, and we're going to play who we can. And if whoever we play, we're going to give it our best effort.
And I wouldn't think that anything else called weather might have anything to do with the game today. We have just not been lucky this year, and the combatants have played in less than ideal conditions.
It has just been a goofy spring. We had a couple weeks there where it's just absolutely gorgeous, but tonight it's gray and blustery, and the wind's blowing out of the north, coming right off the old Saginaw Bay to our north here out at Garber. So it hasn't been great, but you know what? Both teams got to play in it, and they'll fix the field up, and we'll get ready to play game number 2.
You want to talk about dedication, love for the game. This gentleman right here gets up and comes out at this field at 6:30 in the morning to check out the facility to make sure that there was even a chance that the game gets played today. And from what you saw this morning, I'd say they did a pretty nice job on the field.
I honestly didn't think we would play this morning, Jeff. Exactly right. We were standing behind first base with nothing but a big puddle. It looked like a small lake, and there was a bunch of standing water all over the place. Credit Dave Schwartz and that maintenance staff here at Garber getting this field ready to play. They did a fantastic job. It looks totally different than it did at 6:30 this morning.
Well, I venture to say that once they found out that a man of your stature was in the neighborhood checking on it at 6:30 in the morning, they wanted to make things happen and make it play. And, this is our final game of the year, so a fitting tribute that we get 2 Bay County teams going at it, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a real special night, game 2, Jeff, and it is our final game of the year. And, boy, where did the time go when we started back in the basketball season? We're ending now. Just had a lot of fun, and like we always say, but wait, there'll be more.
It only gets better. So we'll be back in just a minute with Game 2, Garber Dukes and the Pinconning area Spartan ladies right after this on BCTV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients. With the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back here on BCTV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with Hugh Dane 2. Just getting ready to start. First pitch of the second game is outside. Pitcher is Brianna Hoffman, as she will be hurling to the Garber Dukes. That is Kaylee Myers, the lone senior on the squad. And boy, she was impressive, Mike, in the first game.
Yeah, she had a really nice first game, Jeff, and they honored her between games, as we talked about in the pregame. Did a nice job. Well-deserved honors for the only senior for the Garber Lady Dukes.
And strike two as she takes a couple of pitches. Very confident in her hitting ability. Obviously, she knows that she can wait, but very nice that the parents put on a nice spread for the kids to give them a little energy in between games. Pitch outside, and I'm going to tell you what, we are standing on top of home plate tonight.
This is quite a perch up here, Jeff.
It is a thing of beauty, and we thank them for letting it happen and trying to make it happen. A nice play by Mayer as she gets that ball to Janowski for the first out of the first inning. And I'll tell you, you watch the speed at which this game is played. Not just the speed of the kids, but the speed of the game, and it's a little different than baseball.
It's a lot different than baseball, Jeff. Got a nice facility out here. As we talked in the pregame, they did a great job prepping this field for this doubleheader today between Garber and the Pinconning Spartans.
Foltz with the offering is 2-0. Man, she has got a little snap on the ball, but you know, they don't have the time in between pitches that baseball does. They really get back after it as that ball touches the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the first inning of the second game at the home of Garber, and we can tell there's a little northeasterly wind going, Mike, because it is chilly coming off of the bay. 3-1 the count.
We had a little northeasterly wind on the golf course last night at the county course, Jeff. I don't think I've ever played golf in that cold of weather in my life.
There's a high lazy fly ball into center field. It's out number 2. Unfortunately, with the jacket on, we can't tell who she is yet, but we'll find that out and we'll let you know. As we've got 2 outs, and the Garber Lady Dukes up to the plate. Number 17, that's Katie Hugo. High and outside. Hugo, one of the juniors on this varsity squad.
Again, yeah, you know, a lot of young kids on both these squads, Jeff, and they're getting a lot of playing time. And as you mentioned in the pregame show, we'll definitely have benefits down the road and over the years for both of these squads.
Pitch on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Like the strike zone of both umpires. Brian Weaver in the first game, Bob Nusier here in the second game. A couple of veteran umpires right back at us. As that
Nick
causes some to flinch, but not us. We're KG veterans.
It's not our first rodeo, as we like to say.
So we get 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out. 2s are wild here, but it's the first inning. There's a little lazy pop fly. Second baseman Meyer gobbles it in at the end of our first half inning. It is Garber nothing and Pinconning coming to bat. Mike will just keep it right here. And again, as we talked in the pregame show, when you got here this morning, you know that it would take a miracle to make this field right, and they certainly spent some time. And again, when it's windy, your big thing is, as I've worked fields a lot, you want to get that water off and let the mud sit, and then you maybe come back out 3-4 hours later and you roll it over one time and let the wind do the rest.
Well, you know, you got that opportunity to drag it. Dave Schwartz, the athletic director here, Jeff, we talked to him just before the game, had his guys out here bright and early. They dragged it. They let it dry up a little bit, dragged it some more. So, and the good thing is the wind is blowing pretty good, and that really does a nice job of drying fields out when the wind's blowing like it is today.
And it's, as Dave called, playable. I think it's in great shape.
Yeah, it is.
I like it when it's like this because you don't have the dust and the dirt flying, kids slide, and you don't have, you're hacking a lung because you're trying to get the dust and dirt out of your lungs as you go. So at the first half inning. Pitching for Garber here will be Christy Gray, as we'll get an opportunity to get that defensive alignment set. As it's a beautiful day for baseball if you enjoy chilly weather.
And they do have a baseball game going on at the same time too, Jeff.
It's a very nice complex. Dragging a little bunt down the left field line is Lincoln Schumann. And that is out number one. Third base anticipating that. And I'll tell you what, if you want to have a position on the field that's got to have guts,
oh man,
that third baseman is almost in shaking hands on a lot of plays, and that is something that you better have lightning quick reflexes if you're going to be playing it.
And that lady is Jillian Strabinsky for the Essexville Lady Dukes, playing third base, and we'll get you some numbers as we can see them.
There's an easy little tapper right back to the mound, gobbled up by Foltz. And that is going to be out number two. Excuse me, that's Gray, the pitcher.
Like coming right directly in, Jeff, to win from center field.
And there's a ball to short deep in the hole. Look at the rocket arm as that comes from Hugo. And at the end of one inning of play, no score. Back for the second inning right after this on BCTV. Plum Harris Insurance Agency of Bay County is a proud sponsor of Bay County TV sports and your number one option for all of your insurance needs. From home and auto to recreational vehicles, we can cover it all. Stop by our office location at 706 South Euclid Avenue or call us at 989-686-5850 to save hundreds on your insurance needs. Back here for the start of the second inning, as we got Chad Newton over chatting on the sideline. Looks like he's Plarski is the other coach over there.
Hey, got a couple Chads on the coaching staff for the Lady Dukes. Chad Newton is the head coach, Jeff. Chad Plarski is the assistant coach. Had a little chat, and we're getting ready to start the second, top of the second inning with the Dukes coming to bat.
Well, and it's certainly when you yell, "Hey, Chad," or "Hey, Coach," you're going to have them both looking your way, which is a thing of beauty. First pitch is hit on a line to the second baseman, and Mayer very, very calmly watches that go into her glove, picks it up just inches off of the surface, and one pitch and one out in the top of the second.
Top of the second, one out. Jeff, up next for the Essexville Lady Dukes, number 21, Katie Ratajak, a junior, right-hand batter.
And that Ratajak is something Natalie Sabisha. Oh, no. Mike says,
no.
I'm from the east side of the river here. I know these Ratajaks and all the other ones. So here's a ball foul as Katie out in front of that one just a little bit. No ball and 2-strike count as Foltz is doing a nice job of putting the ball around the zone and keeping everybody honest.
You notice how these catchers here in the softball too, Jeff, framing it a little bit outside, but she tried to frame. A good call by the official, the umpire.
That's Hoffman. Excuse me for calling her wrong. I wrote that down wrong, so forgive me. Brianna Hoffman
is the pitcher for the Lady Spartans. Up next, Jeff, for Essexville Garber, we have number 1 for the Lady Dukes, Shasha Aid, another junior for the Essexville Garber
Dukes. You look at the Garber Dukes, so they've got a bunch of freshmen as well on that team. Just outside, nice call by the official. And I'll tell you, it's sometimes tough when you're on that inside slot, and that's where those guys hang.
Nice.
That ball right through the hole. Nice job by Aid as she'll round first. Take a big winding turn and get back to first base. I'll tell you what, you want to round that bag far enough that you think you can get back. You want those girls to be throwing the ball around because there's always that chance that it's going to be an errant throw and you'll get the extra base.
Well, actually, that pitch was really low, Jeff. That was below the knees, but she went down and got it, put it right between third base and shortstop.
Serbinski, the batter now for Garber. 2 outs, runner on first base. Ball outside. And as a defense, you have to be weary and aware of the runner. The runner can leave as soon as that pitch exits the pitcher's hand. So straight steals don't normally happen. They get secondary leads off of that pitch leaving the pitcher's hand. Two outs and a ball and a strike at the top of the second inning. Lady Dukes Field. Meyer, another big involvement with everything going on out here. A nice high fly ball. Rattling around that is number 5, Lavrice. And it is out number 3. And you want to talk about quick and paced at the end of 1.5. It's nothing. Back in a minute here on BCTV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Megan Christensen is a freshman out in right field.
Kaylee Myers, it would be this one. Here we are back as they started things early, and that goes to show when we're not paying attention, we're doing our homework in between half innings. Now they know all the secrets, Mike.
Well, one up and one away, Jeff, here in the bottom of the second inning.
Up to bat is Bree Foles, number 23 for the Pinconning area Spartans. Well, they're not wasting any time. There's a ball hit the right center field, and boy, that thing just looked like one of your 9-irons. It just hits and takes a couple of little bounces and stops. That grass, there's no problem with it being thick, and it's a little wet. And that's been a great spring for the moisture, and it's great to see plush fields.
Yeah, it is looking good, Jeff. One out up to the plate right now for the Pinconning area Spartans, number 12, Darcy Mayer.
And, you know, both pitchers in this ball game have been extremely efficient. They're not taking things deep in account. They're throwing the ball over there and say, hit it if you can. Ball just a little bit low in the dirt. And taking off for second base would be Bree Foles, as she gets there with one out, and the first scoring opportunity for the game belongs to the Pinconning area Spartans. 2-0 count, good hitters count.
Yeah, good hitters count, Jeff, and a nice heads-up play by Foles heading down to second base for the Lady Spartans.
Foul ball, and I'm going to tell you what, that took a chunk out of the softball.
There's probably only about 5 feet between the press box and the backstop up here, Jeff.
That's being generous.
If that.
That's being generous. 2 balls and 1 strike. That thing will get back on us in a hurry. Wind up in the pitch just outside. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Wow, Christy Gray can bring it. Another junior, Jeff, for the Essexville Lady Dukes.
You always like those long and lean girls that get about halfway to home plate before they release the ball. Ball 4 as she just misses high and outside. Now you're going to watch the officials. He's in the slot, and there's the motion right there.
Fly rule.
Right hand goes over to the left chest. They're not doing the Pledge of Allegiance. They're letting people know 1 out. The infield fly rule is in effect. It's a nice swing and a miss that time. Good ball to hit by Keegan Foles, as it's a strike 1 count. Went up in the zone with that first pitch. This one right back and just couldn't go to, didn't pick the right base to go. If they had instantly gone to first base, had an opportunity, looked to second first, nobody could get there in time.
Nice job by Christy Gray, the pitcher for the Garber Dukes. Jeff, really right back at her. Good reactions. 2 down here in the bottom of the second.
Well, and that's a huge play, Mike, too, because if she doesn't make it, that's in center field, and you've got somebody rounding third to play at the plate.
That would have been a nice job, and that ball was hit really hard, Jeff. And you're right, she looked at second base, went to first base, but got the out and didn't throw the ball away. Did a nice job.
Tried to go with a little off-speed pitch, brought it up too high, and you know, there's a couple things you want to watch for that pitcher, that the front foot doesn't cross over. It stays within alignment, and that on the release that ball, their foot stays on the mound, and then they do that little crow hop afterwards.
You know, a lot of good softball players, Jeff, in the Bay County area many years ago and right now. A lot of good players.
Indeed, it is a great game. Has a great job by the second base, gobbling it up and throw to first. And we have played 2 full innings of ball, and our score at the end of a couple is, in the middle of the third. I forgot they switched home teams here in the second.
Right.
So
yeah, you're right.
Pinconning coming up at the bottom of the third for their at-bat and starting to feel a touch of moisture in the air.
Yep.
So I don't know. It was either that or Nick sneezed. I don't know what happened. But it's really starting to get moist out here, and we are very fortunate. We thank Dave Schwartz for opening up his press box for us and giving us half of the space up here, and allowing Mr. Myers to let us be up here and get stuck with listening to these 2 guys babble on all afternoon.
Well, you know, he was a proud pup about 15, 20 minutes ago, and I know that's a special feeling having had a daughter do that and for volleyball. So, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. You're sad to see them go, but they're moving on to another chapter in their life. So we wish her nothing but the best of luck, and to the family also.
Well, and how often do you, I don't say we forget, but how often do you have to think about the sacrifices that the parents make? The athletes make a lot of sacrifices, but you know, the parents are there. They're constantly supportive. They're always there to lend an extra nickel or dime because it seems like there's always one needed.
I think it was a nickel and dime when you and I were playing.
It's quarters
2s
now?
and 5s and 10s now with the kids nowadays. I would imagine
there are certainly
Slurpees have gone up, haven't
bigger
they?
dinero exchanging hands.
Mucho dinero is what. All in good fun.
Yes,
all in good
indeed
fun.
it is.
I already threw it over to you. You don't want an extra one? Oh, got it.
Boy, we
Microphones are
just
working.
hear it all. Bottom of the third inning. Still no score here. Garber and Pinconning as Garber comes up to bat. And batting will be number 12.
Stephanie Pavlacek.
And again, a lot of times you'll have girls without intent to bunt, showing bunt just because they get people moving. You know, a lot of times they'll do what they call that swinging bunt, and they'll just try and flick it past the first and third baseman and outrun it. Right back at the screen again.
And you look at this young lady, Jeff, Stephanie Pavlacek, another one of those fine freshman players for the Essexville Garber Lady Dukes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here in the top of the third inning.
Did not offer. She pulled back. 2 balls and a strike. As they get the appeal down to first base, Brian Weaver agrees with Bob Nusier and says, nope, she pulled back on it. That's a good call. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a ball hit to short. Typically your shortstop's your best athlete, and they can go deep in the hole, and they just have that rocket arm going to first base, as that's the first out of the third inning.
Yeah, nice job by the shortstop for the Lady Spartans. Number 9, Maddie Janoski for Pinconning. First out. Nice job. Next batter for the Lady Dukes is number 7, and that is Megan Christensen, another freshman, Jeff. So we're seeing a lot of freshmen playing here tonight for the Garber Dukes. Look out.
Ball
Look
hit
out.
down the third baseline, and
hot job.
Coach Fred saying, I got to be on my toes out there. We could have played a song to that little dance that he made to get it out of the way.
Coach Newton.
Coach Chad, that's right.
Coach Chad Newton. Looked like he was doing a little Saturday Night Live down there on
Play a little music on that little shuffle that he did. Hoffman with a windup of the pitch. There's a little lazy pop fly. Nice job by the first baseman, number 7, Janowski. And very quickly, we've got 2 outs here in the third inning. I would say the pace of this game is flying by.
Yeah, that was a nice play right there, Jeff. A little bit over the shoulder, wind blowing. Nice job by Janowski.
back to the top of the lineup, and a great solid base hit, knowing she was going to see fastball on the first pitch. Myers just sent it right through the hole.
Word is she hits the ball like Dad used to.
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Oh, Dad back in his day, he could hit a softball. That's how the kids learned how to hit. 2 down with a runner at first base right now. And the batter is Seagraves. As she takes strike 1. And again, when you look at, I mean, you're only looking at less than 45 feet here from pitcher's mound to home plate. It does not take long for it to all happen. Nice job. Trying to go to third base. Here comes a high throw. And she did get to the base because the third baseman dropped the ball, but it took that big toe sticking out a little bit farther because the third baseman did a nice job of blocking the plate.
Yeah, that was a nice throw from center field, and nice advancement by number 3, Kaylee Myers, to get from second base to third base on the steal and the overthrow.
See if there's any little form of a swing and bunt here. 2-1 is the count. Working on a little bit better hitters count right now with that 2-1 count. Let's find out what Hoffman's got to offer here. Just to the outside once again. 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Garber trying to make some noise here to score the first run of this second half of the doubleheader.
Well, we had us a doozy in game 1, Jeff. With a pop up.
That goes to number 12, Mayer. And that'll do it for the top half of the third inning. We'll be back right after this on BCTV. The Times Lofts in downtown Bay City is the area's newest and finest apartment living with units that meet your every need, including stainless steel appliances. With prices starting at $850, there is something for everyone. To receive further information and find your dream loft, call us at 989-893-2000 or visit us on our website at thetimeslofts.com. Back here on BCTV is BCTV. It's easy for me to say.
It's getting a little chilly.
As we watch Bob Nusier. And he's checking out the weather, too. He's feeling a little of that moisture that we're sensing as well. So he's just hoping we can get this in before we get too wet.
Up for the Spartans, Jeff, Brianna Hoffman. First pitch.
Right down the pipe.
Bring it.
And, you know, like I said, you really should be up there looking for the first good pitch because these pitchers are not wasting a lot of pitches here. As that one is snuffed right in front of the plate. Great job by a very athletic pitcher popping off of the mound. And that's Christy Gray, and she made it look easy.
Well, and she took her time, Jeff. You know, she got off the mound, took her time, got the ball, really put a nice throw over to first base to the first baseman for the Garber Dukes, number 1. That is Shasha Ade. So nice job taking her time, setting her feet, getting the out.
Alyssa Seagraves right now, southpaw in the box. There's a little swing and bunt. Falling down at shortstop. Bent over and hit a little moist spot on the infield and lost her balance.
Katie Hugo just tripped a little bit, Jeff. Infield hit for the Pinconning area Spartans. 1 on, 1 out here in the third inning.
You put it in play and you see what happens.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
There's a high pop-up. And a ball in and out of the hands of Ade, who had an opportunity
Tough
to
win.
bring that thing. And you're right, it's dancing in the wind, and she had to come a ways to get
she
that
did.
ball.
She did.
And coach is saying next time we want that second hand around it, and that'll keep that ball in the glove. And easy to say after the fact, but there's a lot happening. You got to get there, and you got to think it, and you got to watch it in, and you got to hope the wind doesn't take it at the end. And when that ball, and I'll tell you after this pitch, there's a foul ball. When that ball from a right-handed hitter goes straight up in the air and comes back, it has a whole different spin on it. And that's why when I caught those basket style, because if that ball popped back up, that's when I could bring the other hand down to clamp it in. And you don't realize it until you've tried catching them. They really have a crazy spin on them coming off the bat from a right-handed hitter.
Not sure what's going on. They're getting the somebody with the camera, right? Getting them off the field. There you go.
There's only room for one camera here. That's BCTV.
I would agree with that.
No ball, 2 strike count with 1 out here on the Pinconning area Spartan hitter. There's a shot to right field. Myers in foul territory, comes up with the ball. Nice job of tracking that ball.
Nice job.
And knew right away when she caught it she wanted to square up in case there was a tag. She was in position to throw to second base. Great job for the young lady.
And again, Megan Christensen out there in right field. Jeff, the wind kind of blowing that ball away from her. Did a nice job keeping her eye on it. Brought it in. Got it back in quickly also.
Just outside for ball 1. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner on first with 2 outs. That ball coming up, and boy, it hit right. Oh, it was close. Let's see if it's.
Hey, now, do you get popcorn for the foul balls in softball too?
You get a popcorn, not a bag.
One popcorn.
1 ball and 1 strike. Nice off-speed pitch and sitting back on it with a nice hit. Just a little bloop single over the shortstop. Kind of got her off the fist, but used her strength to fight it off and send it into left field.
Up now for the Pinconning area Spartans, number 16, Tegan Ferguson.
As the Garber Duke defense right now has got to play at any one of the 3 bases, so
look out.
That ball is a foul ball down the first baseline. Very well hit, but again, that spin off of the ball is going to take that thing naturally foul.
Yep.
So you almost got to start at 6 feet fair and hope it hits the line.
This looked like one of my drives last night, Jeff. A little bit of a slice on it last night.
Well, the wind-aided slice. That's what last
Wasn't
night
intentional.
It was definitely a couple of cold days in a row here, and we got to remind ourselves we're late in May. This shouldn't be happening. Ball down just a touch low in the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Pinconning. Penny's trying to look for a hit right now to put the first score of this second half of the doubleheader on the board. Just to the outside. 2 balls and a strike. And again, pitcher Gray is really moving the ball around the strike zone. As that ball is just a little lazy pop. Look at the second hand going, and that is the catch and the out. We've played 3 innings. We're still got no score between Pinconning and Garber. Back in a minute on BCTV. Plum Harris Insurance Agency of Bay County is a proud sponsor of Bay County TV sports and your #1 option for all of your insurance needs. From home and auto to recreational vehicles, we can cover it all. Stop by our office location at 706 South Euclid Avenue or call us at 989-686-5850 to save hundreds on your insurance needs. Back for the top of the 4th inning, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdahl along with you. First pitch is out of play down the right field line. Natalie Doan, our super statistician tonight, and Nick Page, produce, direct, filming, doing it all. Finally accepted the gloves because his hands were getting chilly, and I know they work.
Up first for the Lady Dukes, Jeff, number 17, the first baseman, Katie Hugo. Another junior, 1-1 here in the top of the 4th.
There's a ball hit up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop and flips it to first base. And the out. Janoski with a nice play at short. Really does a nice job, gets the ball, has just enough time to get her feet set. And you know when you're playing shortstop at the high school level, you got somebody with a gun.
She's got some good athletic ability over there, Jeff. 1 out. Next up for the Garber Dukes is number 10, junior Christy Gray. First pitch a little bit outside, ball 1.
Gray looking to get things rolling here for the Garber Dukes, seeing if they can make a little noise here in the top of the 4th inning. Reaches out for a foul ball that's going to go back just behind the Pinconning bench. 1 ball and 1 strike count now as it gets in the top of the 4th, and it just continues to get colder. And I mentioned some of those Pinconning area Spartans in the first game were just wearing short sleeves. There's a high lazy fly ball to center field, and that is gobbled up out there by number 6. That is Schumann. Lakin.
Remember that name from the winter?
She definitely is a multi-sport athlete.
With that last name, I bet you that might be Bucky's granddaughter.
That could
Bucky
very
Schumann.
well.
Yeah.
Ball at the shortstop position, trying to slide over there is Janoski. And just trying to catch the ball and square up at the same time. Kind of picked her head up a little bit to see what was going on, and that ball just went off the edge of her glove and trickled into the left center.
Kind of a slow roller too, Jeff. Wasn't hit very hard, so he's trying to get the ball picked up, get it over to the first. Took her eye off it.
She knew she didn't have much time to make it happen, though. You had to do it in one quick, smooth move, and if it doesn't happen, you're not going to get the runner anyway.
And that's Katie Ratajak with that infield hit.
Well, there's a ball hit deep to center field. Look at the job out there as Schumann gobbles that up again, as that ball was hit about 195 feet. But that will do it again for the middle portion of the fourth inning. Still no score between the Pinconning area Spartans and the Garber Dukes. Back in a second here on BCTV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready. With the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
All right, back here ready for the bottom half of the fourth inning. Jeff Doan, Mike Wisdala along with you, and the pace of the game is we're at the halfway point in this 7-inning affair.
I love it. Nice and quick, and they want to get it in, Jeff, because it's sprinkling still a little bit, so we got to get this game in.
Wind's died down just a touch over the last half inning.
Well, and if you look at it, Old Glory out there in the baseball field, Jeff, it's kind of changed a little bit. It's coming more directly out of the east.
There's a play, nice job cutting the ball off by the third baseman, and that is Serbinski. As she does a nice job. If that ball goes to the shortstop as slow as it's hit, it's going to be a tough play at first base.
Yep. 1 up, 1 down, Jeff, at the plate for the Lady Spartans, number 12. That is Darcy Mayer.
Ball down in the dirt. Darcy with a good eye on that first pitch. Nice job by the catcher, too, Radajak. As those catchers take a little abuse back there.
Yeah, they do. Katie Ratajak has done a nice job calling this, Jeff, and blocking the plate, doing a nice job behind home plate tonight.
As we got a ball and a strike and an out here in the bottom of the fourth inning at the home of the Garber Lady Dukes, as Pinconning has made the short trip down to play this game this afternoon.
Well, we were looking out over the, and we'll try to get a shot of it, Jeff. We got the baseball field out there in right center field. There's a game going on between the baseball teams of Pinconning and Garber, and nice complex here. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
As that ball is hit foul to the right side, and you've got these contrasting thoughts of officiating, of doing baseball versus softball. A lot of the guys that do softball go, man, I'm done with my second game, and they're in about the second inning over there. There's
different
a little
game.
different dinero for the two, but not a lot, as that ball gets hit up the middle and is just past the outstretched hands of the second baseman, Seagraves. And that's potentially what Pinconning needs with 1 out, to get a runner on and see if they can get around the bases.
Yeah, right behind us is the Essexville Garber Dukes football field. So, nice complex out here at Garber. Everything's right where you want it to be.
Nice batter for the Lady Spartans is Keegan Foles. As Keegan took a nice healthy rip at the first, did not find it. No balls and 1 strike. There's the bunt. Third baseman comes up to gobble it up, and nobody covering third. Nice job by the pitcher. Nice heads-up move by there. Little instruction from the coach to come over and cover it, but nonetheless keeps that runner from advancing to third, and potentially then a pass ball or a wild pitch could help score that first run.
Nice job by Christy Gray going over to third base, Jeff, and covering. Very heads-up, gutsy play right there by that young lady.
Raymond up at bat. She's a little late on that first offering, as that was on the outside. She was trying to take it to right field, but Got some balls coming in from the side, and that's why they try and keep 3 or 4 so that play on.
We saw them run out of a few of them over at the Western Central game the other day.
Oh, they were hitting them everywhere. That's a foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. As that runner from second base continues to get a good secondary lead, knowing that she can take off on contact. Anything hit outside of the infield, you know she's coming home.
You look out there between left center field, Jeff, there's a big gap out there between the center fielder and the left fielder. They're pointing this batter to the pole. Or to go to the right field.
Go to right field.
Yeah.
They saw the first couple of pitches, and I think that Myers in center field says, I'm going to shade a little bit to the right because she hasn't shown the propensity to put that ball into left field yet.
He hasn't used that word in a long time.
I don't know where it came from. It's just popped in.
We're all shocked.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on second base. Again, 2s are wild. There's the swing and a miss by number 13, Raymond. And the mini rally for the Pinconning area Spartans falls short. We've played 4 innings. Still no score between Garber and Pinconning. Back in a second on BCTV. This presentation of high school sports on Bay County TV is brought to you in part by Renew Physical Therapy, with 7 convenient locations in the Great Lakes Bay region, including Eau Gray, Bay City, Frankenmuth, Freeland, Midland, Saginaw, and Shields. At Renew Physical Therapy, there is a difference. Back here for the start of the 5th inning, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. And Mike, you know, these games are going quick, but both teams hoping they can find a rally here to get themselves on the board.
Really good game. A lot of fun to watch, Jeff. I haven't been able to watch a lot of girls softball live lately, but I've watched it on TV. A lot of fun watching these 2 team plays with all these good players for both squads.
You don't typically find games where you're going to have 15 and 20 runs scored, so you certainly have to make the most of your opportunities and hope that mistakes don't hurt you. Nice called strike on the outside part of the plate, a little bit low on the second offering to the Garber batter, Zerbinski. Trying to get something rolling here at the top of the 5th inning. There's a nice little easy plop fly into right field. On base, Zerbinski to start the rally here, potentially in the top of the 5th inning.
Nice job by Keegan Foltz getting that ball in quickly. And at the bat for the Garber Lady Dukes, number 12, the freshman, Stephanie Pavlacek.
Pavlacek choked up a little bit, and she offers, pulls back, so I don't believe that that's going to be called a strike. She did not continue through on it, saw that ball was inside and got done what she was hoping to do with the bunt. Now watch and see what she does with the bunt as she's going to bring that runner to third base.
Yeah, a little small ball going on again.
Looks like Garden Hires out here. Oh, just when we thought, say, yep, they're going to drop another bunt down. Then they said, oh, not so fast, Jeff. Don't be trying to outthink me.
Third base.
Don't be trying to outthink the Chads. And see, what you have when you got that happening again is the fake or the show of the bunt means that with that runner on second, short's got to go to third base to cover. So you've got the left side of the infield all moving around. I think Coach Chad right now is going to talk and say, hey, you know, if that ball gets bunted, it's got to be down the third baseline. We have got to make sure that that third baseman gets a chance to do it because I don't think the shortstop can get there in enough time to receive the ball.
Yep, good job.
So if you do get a chance to get that bunt off on 3-1, you want to get that between the third baseman and the pitcher because it could roll right straight to the outfield grass. The ball straight up in the air. Nice job by the catcher. Jumping out right now as Foltz makes that nice play behind the plate, and that's a big out without advancing the runner to third base.
That is a big one right there. Up for the Lady Dukes right now, Jeff, the freshman Megan Christensen. She's out there in right field. She's had a nice game so far tonight.
Just a little bit swinging through that off-speed pitch. And that off-speed pitch, boy, you can be dialed into that fastball, and it only has to slow down another 6-7 miles an hour, and it's effective. And they come back. It's 0-2 right now, and now you got the hitter really starting to think up there, what am I going to see? As that ball's got a little spin to it, trying to make it happen. A nice tag at first base. So with 2 outs, kind of did her job and made sure that that runner got to third base. Now the pressure is back on the catcher.
Good smart play tagging the runner, Jeff, getting that second out for the Essexville, for the Garber, for the Lady Spartans. At bat for Garber Dukes, number 3, the senior, the only senior on the squad, Kaylee Myers.
Kaylee looks at the first pitch. She swung at that first pitch the last time and didn't really care for the offering here. I think she might have been looking off speed. She got 2 pitches right down the middle and took them both. I think that there's a guessing and thinking game going on right now. You look for that off speed, and then you can't pull the trigger on the fastball. That ball is down the right field line. It's going to be foul, and it's not caught as it's out there by number 10, and that's Foltz, Keegan Foltz. As it's no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, a runner on third base for Garber. As they're trying to make some noise here. There's a little bloop single. Will the right fielder get there in time with a shoestring catch out in right field? Foltz saves the day for the Pinconning area Lady Spartans.
I thought that had eyes, brother.
Catch of the day right there. So that'll be our top play thus far in the game. It's still no score as we will go to the top of the 6th inning. Back in a moment here on BCTV. Plum Harris Insurance Agency of Bay County is a proud sponsor of Bay County TV sports and your #1 option for all of your insurance needs. From home and auto to recreational vehicles, we can cover it all. Stop by our office location at 706 South Euclid Avenue or call us at 989-686-5850 to save hundreds on your insurance needs. Back here on BCTV serving the Bay region, as we have got ourselves a great pitcher's duel going on right now, as the Garber Lady Dukes and the Pinconning area Lady Spartans are just all nestled into a 0-0 tie.
Well, here's a familiar name, Jeff, from the wintertime. Number 3, Lauren Lowers at the plate for the Pinconning area Spartans. We remember her running up and down the basketball floor for the Lady Spartans.
That ball hit to the shortstop. What a great smooth pickup and transition as we have got 1 out.
Katie Hugo is very smooth. Good-looking player at shortstop for the Lady Dukes, Jeff.
You can tell she's had a ton of reps. And, you know, when you look at all the summer ball that's played and you look at the Essexville Hampton girls program that they've had here, great success over the years. These girls are getting reps.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of playing time, Jeff. They've had great success at the lower levels out here in Essexville and for the Garber Dukes.
There's a swing and bunt that goes to shortstop again. Quick release.
That's impressive.
And out at first base as just when it looks like they're going to be able to get somebody on base. Not so fast, my friend.
I'll tell you what, she gets it over there quick. Gets it out of the glove, gets it over there. Very, very, very good-looking player, Katie Hugo, the junior for Essexville Garber.
Well, and the accuracy of the throw, too. I mean, it's picked up and tossed in one smooth motion. You know, it kind of reminds me of the old Alan Trammell. You know, nothing spectacular, but he just picks it up smooth and throws a strike to first base.
Yep.
Now they're trying to make spectacular plays, and the ball's in the dirt. You got to hope your first baseman comes up with a big play. As that ball is inside. The batter on the play, Maddie Yanoski.
Well, and you said it before, Jeff. There's a reason that young lady's playing shortstop. She's very good at her craft, and you put your best player pretty much at that position, and you put them out there in center field as the leader.
Strong up the middle.
And strong up the middle. Yep, absolutely.
Look at Hugo going back,
taking all 3
charge.
of them. Take them all.
Looked like the king in his court out there.
I see you, Katie, taking them all in this inning.
Says, I'll take them all, and I know it'll be done right. So we'll be back in just a minute. Still no score as we'll look to the top of the 6th in just a moment here on BCTV.
Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Back here on BCTV as the Garber Lady Dukes come up to bat. And Seagraves is going to try and start things off for Garber here. On the outside corner, takes strike number 1. And again, these pitchers walk right back to the rubber, and they're ready to let it fly. Just to the outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. As Hoffman just gets there, and, you know, she prefers to have the heel of the foot on the rubber instead of the ball of the foot. Nice solid hit to right field, but it tails out of play. And we've got 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Again, we're in the top of the 6th inning, Mike. This game has just flown by.
This has been a great softball game, Jeff. Good flow to it. Good fielding, some good hits. It's just not a lot of runs, but 2 good squads. And go back to game number 1. Garber won that one 1-0 over the Lady Spartans up in Pinconning.
Looks like the first team to score today might get it too. Nice job by Hoffman. Pounces off the mound and just gobbles up the ball, turns and makes a nice strong throw to first base. 1 up and 1 down at the top of the 6th inning for the Garber Lady Dukes.
Up now for Garber, number 17, Katie Hugo.
I'm saying she gets a hit because she made all 3 outs defensively in that last half inning. So she says, I'm going to let it carry over here to the top of the 6th inning.
She's due. I like the way you think.
Let's see if it comes to fruition.
She's on a roll. She's on a roll.
Just a little bit outside, maybe a touch low. 2 balls and no strike. Got herself with a good eye up there and a good hitter's count.
Good.
And look at the play by the catcher there. Beautiful job by Foltz.
She's had a nice game tonight, too.
Nobody on base, but you still don't like to have that ball hit the backstop if you can help it. 3-0, and Foltz, I guarantee, is taken here. Or Hugo, excuse me. They're looking for base runners, and I would not be shocked if she's very selective as well here on this 3-1 count. Hugo hits a square ball to center field, right into the waiting arms of the center fielder for 1 out. Well, Hugo's going, when you hit it square and you can't get anything out of it, that's tough.
Well, the wind, is still coming out of the east a little bit, Jeff. Kind of turned back out of the north again, so kind of coming at us, but it's kind of shifting out there a little bit.
Christy Gray, the batter now with 2 outs. That ball's got an opportunity to find the gap. Nice job by the left fielder to get over and knock that down, and that is number 5, Lavris. And we have completed another inning of baseball or softball and narrow score.
Well, I'm just wondering if the Essexville Garber Dukes facility staff has those portable lights, because we might need those here eventually, Jeff.
Well, let's hope that there's not a need for them, as we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning and find out what can transpire. And again, Nick, we'll have an opportunity maybe to fly over and take a peek at what's going on in the next field as the baseball game is going on. And I know that in that first inning, looked like Garber led off that game with a triple. We can't see the scoreboard from over there, but great to see complexes like this where you can watch one and turn around and see the other one going on, as it's a great facility out here. It's nice to have room to have your facility spread out.
Well, going back to our days on WKJC radio, Jeff, go over to Sanford Meridian. They have a very similar complex in their athletic area with their baseball and softball fields. Really nice facility, very nice facility here at Garber also.
Right down the pipes with the first pitch. That looks like it's number 7, Emily Yanoski. Emmy's crowding the plate, goes right up the middle. Great play, though, an athletic play by the pitcher from the Garber Lady Dukes.
Christy Gray again, right there, Jeff, for that one hop right back to her, took her time, didn't panic, and threw it over to first base. 1 up, 1 down for the Pinconning area Spartans.
If you're not tall, you're not going to catch that ball, because, she needed all of her height to make that play. But, again, took her time, gathered herself, made sure she threw a strike to first base, and
nice
an
job.
Easy first out.
Nice job. very easy to get frustrated when it comes back at you like that.
Ferguson, the batter. There is a foul ball, and again, running out of real estate. It'll be a ball and a strike right now with one out in the bottom of the 6th inning of a scoreless game, as these two pitchers have put on quite a show.
This has been a fun game to watch, Jeff. Good playing by both teams.
1 ball and 1 strike count. There's another foul ball. And again, you look at Myers in center field. When she sees that those players are, look, she's moved over about another 3-4 steps, shading to right center, because she just says that the percentages are that they're not going to be able to pull.
Well, and the wind shifted back towards us again, too, Jeff, so it's coming right out of center field.
Boy, it's twirling and swirling around. That second baseman with a nice athletic play. And that's Seagraves. So that's out number 2, and that one could have been trouble, too. That had, with the wind moving that thing around, Seagraves was twisting and turning all over the place till she gathered it in.
I think that's the name of a song, isn't it?
Twisted and turning? It's twisted, well, something, yes. There's a ball down third base again, perfectly played by the third baseman, and that is Serbinski. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th inning. Back in a moment with the 7th, right after this on BCTV. The Times Lofts in downtown Bay City is the area's newest and finest apartment living with units that meet your every need, including stainless steel appliances. With prices starting at $850, there is something for everyone. To receive further information and find your dream loft, call us at 989-893-2000 or visit us on our website at thetimeslofts.com. Back here for the 7th inning on BCTV, serving the Bay community. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. Natalie Doan, our super statistician and cameraman, producer, director, making it all happen. Nick Page, as our group here has watched a very, very informative, very entertaining pitchers duel here. No score in the 7th.
It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Ball just a little bit up high.
I think they're saving the best for the last inning, Jeff.
Yeah, we'll find out how that goes.
The Tajak at the plate for the Garber Dukes.
The Tajak again uses that good eye with a 2-0 count. As some of the high pitches the Garber Dukes have been going after, so up and just says, hey, I might as well just keep throwing it up there. She had a nice rip at a ball and just a little out in front. 2 balls and a strike. Still finding herself in a favorable hitter's count.
Very good. Very good. 2-1. Top of the 7th, Jeff. Big thing's going to happen in the 7th inning for both squads.
There's a base hit up the middle. Beautiful job by Katie Rad, as they call her, as she just stroked a line drive right up the middle and see if she can get this rally going for the Garber Dukes.
Oh, boy, Hoffman just about had that just outside of reach. It was coming pretty quick, right up the middle. 1 on, nobody out here in the top of the 7th for the Lady Dukes.
Sasha Aid, the batter. And ball on the outside corner and getting back at first base. Time called as she'll get back up.
That's where your first base coach comes in. Plenty handy right there, Jeff, telling the Tajak she's got to get back to the base.
And he's tuned in on the play too with the catcher.
Yep.
Again, that puts a lot of pressure on your catcher to make sure they smother anything that's in the dirt or out of the way so that runner doesn't advance easily. Foul ball. Boy, I'll tell you, Katie Rat really had a nice jump to second base. Let's see what happens with her speed. You know, they may just decide to send her on one of these pitches.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
See what Coach Chad does here. Shortstop moving. Do they get there in time?
Yep.
Just in time to get Katie at second base, and that was a bang-bang play. Again, your shortstop is moving towards second base to cover. Had to recover, gather herself, and make a quick, strong throw.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Wow.
I'm
thinking like you,
Coach. We
were
thinking alike for the first time in a long time.
1 out and a runner on first base as Pinconning does a nice job of getting the lead runner.
1 for sure, 2 if you can, as we always say, Jeff.
Foul ball. Serbinski is offering at that first pitch, and she saw that thing on the inside third of the plate around the knees and thought she could turn on it. Pulled it foul. Top of the 7th inning, still no score. That ball is high and outside, 1-1.
One thing I've noticed about these coaches, Jeff, even this deep into the season, after almost 30-some games, they're still doing a nice job coaching these young ladies.
Well, when you're young, you got to continue to do it.
Yep. Delayed
Trying
steal.
to go to second base, and the delayed steal does not work out. So we have got 2 outs and nobody on. And you just hope the catcher doesn't take a peek and they throw it back to the pitcher. And if that happens, it's a steal.
It was worth the try, I think.
Serbinski now, it's her job to try and get on base to start the rally again. Nice foul ball. Takes a healthy whack at that outside third fastball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on here for the Garber Lady Dukes in their half of the 7th inning. Just to the outside. Nice. You see the catcher frame? And she framed that to about 4 or 5 inches. And so when you try and move it that much,
Make them think about it.
I love the fact that they do that, but you can't fool a KG veteran. Woo! There is a hot shot to third base, picked up by number 13, Raymond. And she just made it look easy. And as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, can the Pinconning area Lady Spartans score? Or will we head to extra innings? We'll find out in a minute right here on BCTV. Plum Harris Insurance Agency of Bay County is a proud sponsor of Bay County TV sports and your #1 option for all of your insurance needs. From home and auto to recreational vehicles, we can cover it all. Stop by our office location at 706 South Euclid Avenue or call us at 989-686-5850 to save hundreds on your insurance needs. Right on the outside corner. I'm going to tell you what, Gray is just really bringing it. When you're tall, like I said, you're third of the way to home plate, it looks like, as a hitter before you're releasing it. Right up the middle, there's the base hit that the Pinconning area Spartans were looking for. Darcy Mayer with that leadoff single right now, and she's even wearing short sleeves out there. She's so confident that she'll be able to make it happen.
Up next for the Lady Spartans, number 10, the right fielder. That is Keegan Foltz, Jeff. 1 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Small ball.
Yep.
Nice bunt, doing a nice job. Throw to first base is a little bit low, but good fundamental play. And again, those third basemen got to be a mindset of their own, the way they charge on that ball.
Nice job by the Garber Dukes getting that first out here in the bottom of the 7th, Jeff. Good fundamental softball right there by both squads.
Now looking for a base hit. And if that ball is hit to the outfield, neither one of the outfields are playing deep, so they're going to be a play at the plate. Just a matter of can you get a throw? We're going to have a pinch runner here. Labnob is, we hope that is pronounced correctly. Foul ball as the hitter, Raymond, takes a good healthy whack at that first ball.
I think it's Lavrock, Jeff.
Okay.
Lavrock?
Yep, that's very possible. It was handwritten and given to us, so there is a ball down the right field line and out of play. So there's a 2-strike count, 1 out and a runner on second base. Who can make it happen first? We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Will this game be done or go to extra innings? We'll find out pretty soon. Just on the outside. As 1 ball and 2 strikes, she's ready to head to first base already. She thought, if I take that and it's close, can I go to first?
Maybe we should get away with it. Let's try take it off
Why
for a
not
test
try?
bed.
Ball just to the outside again. Nice time job by Gray as she just is sampling it out there, knowing that
I think she's getting stronger as the game goes on, Jeff, looking at her.
She is humming. There's no question. That one's high and tight. Now a nice job that time by Raymond as Michaela does a nice job of working the count full now after being down 0-2.
Yeah, good hit. Good hitting right now. Good job at the plate.
Just to the outside, runners on first and second with one out. We'll have a quick timeout. Infield fly rule is now in effect.
I saw him do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, indeed. They do it quick, but they do it long enough so that they can communicate with each other. And I'll tell you, little things like that are essential during the game, because when you're, especially the home plate ump, and there's a lot else going on, that quick reminder from your base umpire to say, hey, infield fly rule's in effect. When it's not in effect, you take the right hand, wipe it down the left forearm, and you know that it's no longer in effect. 2 on and 1 out. Strike up at the top of the zone. Brianna Hoffman with an opportunity as she's pitched a great game. Could she come up with a hit right now? It may end this afternoon. Just outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to the Pinconning pitcher Hoffman.
Nice job by Ratajak to go out there, talk to the pitcher Gray, and make this thing happen, Jeff.
Foul ball. Hoffman with a nice whack. Just a little bit tardy on that swing. As Gray, as you said, is really bringing it here in the 7th inning. She's not slowing down any.
Yep, I agree with that.
Here's the windup and the pitch. Boy, Ratajak does such a nice job of framing that, too. Just brought it down 2-3 inches. Saying, "Ooh, look, it's close." Mr. Bob Nusier behind the plate says, "I've seen that one once or twice before." Count is full. Play at third base and out at third base. A tremendous play by Katie behind the plate as she bobbled that ball for a minute, gathered herself, threw a strike to third base, and now
tough out.
2 outs and a runner on third. You almost have to know you're going to make it to go from second to third at this juncture of the ball game.
Yep.
And there's the play at third, gobbled up, and that'll send us into extra innings as the Pinconning area Lady Spartans had an opportunity, couldn't make it happen. Back for extra innings right after this on BCTV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Back here on BCTV, a little confab at the mound with the infielders and the catcher, saying, oh, we got to keep it up. Hoffman's got to continue to dominate this game the way she has. What do we got? We always start the extra innings with a runner on second base.
Didn't see the number.
International rules.
I did not see the number. I think that is number 2, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff Serbinski.
Yep. Take the last out.
Yep.
So that puts a little different pressure on your defense. And,
like it.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. As they were talking about the re-entry rule, did that take place with the number 4 for the number 12? So they wanted to make sure they were on the same page.
That's a pretty number 4 for the Lady Dukes. That's Madison Newton, another freshman, Jeff, for the Lady Dukes. Got herself a snazzy little helmet on right now.
It's full of a few stars and a couple of awards.
Umpire's going to get properly placed.
Yep, always in the slot at shortstop with a runner on second base, which is contraindicated from where a normal inning starts at the line. There's that play right there with the bunt. Runner advance. 1 out and that runner on third base. So now the defense is going to have to be on their toes. The infield's going to play in and see if they can, on contact, be able to come to the plate if necessary.
Madison Newton comes in, does her job. Cold off the bench. Nice job by Madison.
There's a little pop fly right to the shortstop, who gobbles it up. Nice job that time, Janoski. And with 2 outs right now, boy, that's a tough out right there. You want to make sure that ball's on the ground and not up in the air.
Well, if you want anybody up to bat for you right now, Jeff, it's the senior number 3, Kaylee Myers.
Kaylee got a great eye and watched that first pitch sail to the outside. She isn't going to go wandering too much. She's going to be swinging at a strike if it's there. 2-0 the count. I'm not certain they want to throw to her. I think they may pitch around her, and we'll find out if she gets anything good to hit, because she's definitely a good hitter if she has that opportunity. There is the ball, perfectly thrown. It's a little bit high. What a play by the first baseman coming down. That's Janoski, and then she did. She came back down, and she touched the bag. It was perfectly done. No argument from the first base coach, who had the best look at it. And that will do it for the top half of the 7th inning.
Michaela Raymond, I'll tell you what, that was a bullet to that third baseman, Jeff. And she did a nice job getting it over there, and a nice job by the first baseman, Janoski, to get her foot down on the bag to get the out.
So here we'll go with the bottom of the 8th inning, and again with that international rule, starting that runner at second base, the first hitter is almost 100% of the time going to bunt him to third. It's up to that next batter to get that ball down on the ground or hit it to the outfield so that they've got an opportunity to score. What will happen here is the Pinconning area Spartans have an opportunity here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
What good opportunity by the Garber Dukes, Jeff. That was a bullet to the third baseman. Meyer just really hit that thing hard. Nice job by Pinconning. Going out to second base is number 11 for the Lady Spartans, Brianna Hoffman, the pitcher. And here we go. Bottom of the 8th. No score. Pinconning coming to the bat.
You think the infield's playing in?
A little bit. Just a skosh.
She's on the corners. I would say they're reaching out. They could almost shake hands here with the batter.
I'll tell you what, those third basemen, I have all sorts of respect for third basemen in softball.
You got to have lightning reflexes to make that happen. Here we go. As the bottom half of the 8th inning, that ball is bunted foul. And, boy, when you look at the defenders, they are all over the batter.
Lakin Schumann.
Schumann offers the bunt. It's to the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And, again, you can get a base hit. If you can get that ball past the first or third baseman, it'll roll because everybody else is on the move. And that ball is foul. So there'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes now. You know, you've got to get that third one down.
It puts a whole different dynamic when you're 1 and 2 right now, Jeff. Nobody out. Runner on second base.
Lakin Schumann says, I'm going to step out of the box as the pitcher's trying to wipe something off of the ball, maybe a little mud that hits on it. As she did not offer, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, your first job as that home plate umpire is it a ball or a strike? Then did the batter offer at it? That's a lot to do in a half a second of time. 2-2 as it's outside again. She just starts to offer on that thing and she'll pull it back. And that's a great job as a hitter to have that type of control.
That's good patience right there by Schumann, number 6 for the Lady Spartans, Jeff.
We'll see what Gray does here with the count full. She throws that thing and just tosses her bat out and makes things happen. And there is 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Got her to the third base. That was her job. That's what she was up there to do.
She was forced to go with the swinging bunt, though, so that if she fouled it off, it was another at-bat.
Got Hoffman to third base, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning, Jeff.
There's a little lazy pop fly. Are they going to attempt it? Not with Myers gunning out there. She came rolling in, and she said, I dare you. I double dare you. Take off.
It just wasn't deep enough.
Boy, yeah, I'll tell you what, she did a nice job. She covered some ground to get in from her spot in center field. She caught that thing right on the edge of the infield grass. So with 2 outs again, can Pinconning come up with a base hit that will win this game, or will we go to the 9th? Ball on the outside. Batter on the play is Emily Yanoski. As we have seen the pitchers battling in this one big time. Right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yanoski looked like she was taken all the way.
Dad's telling her, come on, we got to get one here.
As Gray with a pitch, and it's hit the right field. It's down, and the winning run crosses the plate, and the Pinconning area Spartans win the second game 1-0 after losing the first game 1-0.
Yeah, what a great softball game, Jeff. Great by the coaches. Good playing by these young ladies. What a big win for the Pinconning area Spartans.
Well, and Coach Fred says we've lost 9 one-run games this year. Well, they'd say that isn't 10 because they made that one happen. So as the girls congratulate each other down on the field, we'll keep it right here, and we'll put the wraps on this one as very entertaining for our first opportunity to do high school softball here on Bay County TV.
Yeah, Jeff, of everything that you and I have done, radio and TV, this is our first softball game. Truly enjoyable. Loved watching the first game and doing the game on TV in the second game. What a great game. They were both fantastic. Well coached, well played, great players.
Well, and small ball is a big part of this game because unlike baseball where teams can score, as we saw Western score 23 the other day against Central, runs are at a premium most generally because the pitching is very good at this level. So you have to make and take advantage of the minimal amount of opportunities that you get.
Well, and you know what I liked about both these squads, Jeff? Good, solid, fundamentally, these kids played. They're well coached, as you can see. They know what to do with the softball when it's in that crunch position. They get it to first base. They move it around. They have good athleticism on both squads. Really a great game to watch and good players here on both squads.
And when you watch this game, the one thing you've got to remind yourself is the youth of both of these clubs.
Yep. Very, very young team on both squads, Jeff. Pinconning has a lot of freshmen as well as the Garber Dukes. Garber's going to only lose 1 senior this year, and that's Kaylee Myers. She's moving on to Michigan Tech next year to go to school, so we wish her nothing but the best. But again, a lot of kids coming back. Both teams looking really, really well for districts, Jeff. I think they both look good and ready to play in the districts here coming up very soon.
Well, and I think this is the kind of game that helps prepare you for district play.
Yeah, it is. This is a really good test because this is the type of games that happen in the state tournaments. They're very close. You got to be solid at the plate. You got to be solid in the field. And this is a good test for both these squads getting ready for the district tournament.
Well, as we finalized our first season on Bay County TV,
wow.
I got to say I feel like it's been a huge success with the way things are going as you get a chance to look at some of the final statistics in the ball game. But, great support from the top with Jim Barsha and with Deb Russell as Deb had the belief in us at the beginning of the year that we could do something special with this new TV program, and it's only getting bigger and better.
Well, it has been really a great privilege and an honor for us, Jeff, in our initial season here on BCTV. You hit the nail right on top of the head. Jim Barsha was there for us. Deb Russell did a great job. We can't forget Dave Rogers, who didn't forget about us after all these years. Asking us to come back and be on TV. And it has really been a great success, I think, and a lot of people have come up to you and I out in the community and said how much they have enjoyed the games. And we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg, but it's going to get bigger and better, and we're really excited about the future here on BCTV.
Well, and we've had a great family this year, too, as Natalie Doan has done a great job on graphics, on stats. She's filled in on camera work. And, of course, we've had Jeff Hildebrandt do some work. And then we've got the guy that orchestrates it all. He directs it. He produces it. He does some camera work. He goes back and he edits it. He kind of keeps us in line, which is not an easy job. But
that's a full-time job.
True sincerity, Nick Page. We are elated with the effort that you put forth. We couldn't be happier to have you part of this great team. And thanks for leading the way.
Yeah, and you know what, Jeff? He's done a wonderful job, and he's out there a lot. He's got to move around. He's out in the community, going over to do the dog show over there at the shelter, and he did the police ceremony last week, and he's doing a great job. And you know what? He's got that 8th floor up there all himself, but he's working hard and doing a lot of nice things.
Well, they put the right guy in the penthouse suite up over there at the Bay County building. So it's just been a pleasure to be next to you all year long as well, partner. We've done this now for over 20 years, and it just we're like fine wine. We enjoy it more every year.
It's been a pleasure, my friend. You have done a great job announcing again this year. And, you know, for some of the things that we have never done together, it did okay. I think we did okay. I haven't done a baseball game before. I haven't done softball before. You had the opportunity to do some lacrosse over at Central, and that was a lot of fun. You did some soccer, which I couldn't make. So, you know, we're getting bigger, we're getting better, and looking forward to a lot of excitement during the 2017-2018 school year. That
reminds us of people like Chuck Hewitt that stepped up for lacrosse, Sean Sullivan for soccer to help us lend their expertise. But we're going to get together in a couple of weeks, and we are going to put things together for the fall. We'll be back in touch with the booster clubs, as we'd like to thank Dave Schwartz and the booster club out here at Garber and the group out at Pinconning for their continued belief and support in our program as well.
Yeah, and all the booster club Jeffs, all the ADs, all the superintendents, and you know, and we can't forget the sponsors that stepped up for us this year. And in the spur of the moment kind of thing, we went out and we got some sponsorship. We had Renew Physical Therapy. We had AAA Transportation, Plum Harris Insurance Agency. We also had
Times Law.
The Bay City Times, not the Bay City Times Law, but the Times Law. And
Covenant Healthcare too.
Last but certainly not least, Covenant Healthcare, Jeff. We're so happy they jumped on board, and I'm hoping they can jump on board for 17-18.
Well, I'm confident that we gave the sponsors more than they could have hoped for in the first year, and it's only going to get better.
I'm looking forward to a great year next year, bigger and better. And you know what? And let's do one last thing. Let's thank the young ladies and young men that we had the opportunity to watch on the court and on the playing field. Good quality kids, Jeff, and you and I have talked about it. We've seen a lot of great things going on here in Bay County. They're just as good off the field as they are on the field.
Well, and we're going to strive over the next year to at least venture into virtually every sport one time to kind of showcase these athletes and a lot of these what I call non-revenue generating sports to get an opportunity to showcase their talents.
Yeah, we're going to try to hit them all, Jeff. We're going to do what we can. You know, it all depends on our schedule and where we can go and what we can get into and our sponsorship. But we are certainly going to try to hit them all. We have promised the Booster Club that we will try to hit them all. We promised Mr. Barsha and Deb that we're going to get them all, and I think we can. And we'll do our best, and Nick will set up a schedule. We're going to take a little downtime here over the next couple weeks. We'll meet in June, and we're going to prep for 17-18.
Well, we're going to meet in a couple of weeks. I think our next venture might be the Grand Prix of Powerboat Racing 30th Annual coming to Bay City, but we'll talk more about that. But time to go get some dinner right now as we thank the whole crew for what it's done and a great, successful first season. Can't wait for the 17-18 season starting in the fall.
Well, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Good luck on your powerboat racing, Jeff, and we'll before you know it, the 17-18 school year will be here, and we'll be doing some football and all sorts of good stuff. So a pleasure again working with you, my friend, and we'll see you around. And thanks to all the folks for all the nice words and compliments that they have given to us. We appreciate that, and I hope they enjoyed watching it as much as we did bringing it to them.
We did that indeed. Again, both teams get a split of the doubleheader as Garber wins the first game 1-0. Pinconning back in 8 innings with a 1-0 victory. Thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful night. Plum Harris Insurance Agency of Bay County is a proud sponsor of Bay County TV sports and your #1 option for all of your insurance needs.
From home and auto to recreational vehicles, we can cover it all. Stop by our office location at 706 South Euclid Avenue or call us at 989-686-5850 to save hundreds on your insurance needs.